Hey, what's up, guys? Tim here with Ground of God, and I'm in Genesis 19, and it's basically the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. And again, just like I was talking about in Judges, where these mobs come in and they want to have sex with people in the house, like they're just coming in and just destroying people. And in this one, I'll read it. So 2 angels enter Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in Sodom's gateway. And when Lot saw them, he got up to meet them, and he bowed with his face to the ground and said, "My lords, turn aside to your servant's house, wash your feet, and spend the night. Then you can get up early and go on your way." And no, they said, we would rather spend the night in the square. But he urged them so strongly, because he knew it was up. He knew the people were evil, that they followed him, and they went into his house. So he prepares a feast and baked unleavened bread for them, and they ate. So here he is, eating with angels. So they must have had bodies of flesh, not like flying around with wings and all that other stuff. So before they went to bed, the men of the city of Sodom, both young and old, the people population, surrounded the house. And they called out to Lot and said, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Send them out to us so we can have sex with them." Right? They want to have sex with the angels. And this is all in the days of like fallen angels and the Nephilim. This is when the sons of God had already left their habitation in heaven and started, like in Genesis 6. They saw the women, how comely they were, and they started having relations with them and then bearing children, which became the Nephilim. And then these were hybrids. So this is when then evil is just on the face of the earth at this time. This is why God sent the flood. So anyway, back to this passage. So Lot goes out to them and says, "Don't do this evil, my brothers. Look, I've got 2 daughters who haven't been intimate with the man, and I'll bring them out to you, and you can do whatever you want to them. However, don't do anything to these men, because they've come to under my protection of my roof." So again, he's ready to give up his daughters, just like in that other passage where, going to give up the virgin daughters instead, but not to the visitors. Like, here's my kinfolk, but don't touch my guests. But this is for angels. So it's like Lot realizes he's really trying to protect you. But they say, "Get out of the way," they said, adding, "This one came here as an alien, but he's acting like a judge. Now we'll do more harm to you than to them." So they put pressure on Lot and came to break down his door. But the angel reached out and brought Lot into the house with them and shut the door. So like the angel just reaches out, pulls Lot in, they slam the door shut. And then they put pressure on Lot. So it's like they struck the men who were at the entrance of the house, both young and old, with blindness. So the angel sends like, whew, boom, these people all trying to get in the house. Now they're instantly blind, and then they're unable to find the entrance. And the angels say to Lot, "Do you have anyone else here? A son-in-law, your sons and daughters, or anyone else in the city who belongs to you? Get them out of this place. For we are about to destroy this place, because the outcry against its people is so great before the Lord that the Lord has sent us to destroy it." So that's basically what's up. The angels were sent. Lot is trying to protect them, but like he tells them, "Look, if you have anybody, because you're helping us, you have anybody, let them know now, get them out now, because we're destroying this place, Sodom and Gomorrah." So anyway, I just think it's crazy interesting how people reacted in those times, ready to give up their daughters like that, but protecting strangers and all that stuff. So, all right, so then this is what happens. So at daybreak, the angels, they urge Lot on, and they say, "Take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, or you'll be swept away in the punishment of the city." But Lot hesitated because of the Lord's compassion for him. The men grabbed his hand, his wife, and the hand of his 2 daughters, and they brought him out and left him outside of the city. And as soon as the angels got them outside, one of them said, "Run for your lives and don't look back, and don't stop anywhere on the plain. Run to the mountains, or you'll be swept away." But Lot said to them, "No, my lords, please. Your servant has indeed found favor with you, and you have shown me great kindness by saving my life. But I can't run to the mountains. the disaster will overtake me and I will die. Look, this town is close enough to me to flee, and it's a small place, so please let me run to it. So then they said, okay, we'll grant you that request about that matter too. But, we will not demolish that town that you mentioned. But hurry up, run, for I cannot do anything until you get there. Therefore, the name of the city is Zoar. And then the sun had risen over the land when Lot reached Zoar. Then the sky, the Lord, rained on Sodom and Gomorrah, burning sulfur from the Lord. And he demolished the cities, the entire thing. So early in the morning, so he demolished the cities, the entire plain, with the inhabitants of the cities and whatever was on the ground. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. So they told her, don't look back, or you're going to get swept up in it. And she had such little faith. And she was like looking back, like indicative of like, I don't want to leave that place. Like her heart was still there. She wasn't just moving forward and taking the advice, and she turned instantly into a pillar of salt. Salt shaker. Okay. All right, guys. This has been Tim with Ground to God in Genesis 19, Sodom and Gomorrah. Breathe well and ground into God.